show in the Amazon with Ron delivering new content and packages. It's the miraculous. We'll talk. We in the building, willing and dealing, killing the game like Clyde Styles and Reba feeling. News, notes, game stats, and game recaps. And we tap and trade chat, pay the cats who came back at 4 with the rack attack and at the step back. Put that in front of the three strictly from quickly. Bang! But nifty. Expose the fold, make them look empty. 50 piece by dudes, the beast, RJ with a double. The 6 by shot, hop the top of trouble. This is not the bubble. We in the building, so let's get it. The best get energy, Nick fancy, lift it. We hit up the post game. We hope this thing coast to coast, and most of the name. It's a night show. Nick's Real Talk. It's a night show. We on that prime time grind. It's a night show. Nick's Real Talk. It's a night show. We on that prime time grind. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk. Yo, salute. Good evening, everybody. Nick's Real Talk, man. It's the night show. It's your man Divine. I'm in here with KJ Events. We in the building, man. About to talk the pregame talk for the Knicks and the Chicago Bulls in Chi-Town tomorrow at 8 o'clock on an NBA TV. So we're gonna get into that, get it popping. We're gonna talk about that. Just break down a couple of things pertaining to the New York Knicks team. So we no further ado, let me bring up my partner in crime, KJ. What's good?
What's up, Devon? What's up, chat? Good evening. We one day away to another big game, another national televised game. The Knicks are up for it. We're ready for it. This is going to be our 5th game. I'm thinking we're going to start seeing more ball movement, more playing together as a team from everybody. And I'm just excited because the Knicks have something to prove. And Chicago's going to be in our ways. They're one of them teams that think they're better than us. So it's time to show the NBA what we made of tomorrow, and let's get this W tomorrow.
Yo, facts. Yeah, we're gonna break down a lot of good stuff tonight, man. We're gonna get into it, man. Salute to my man CT, the Streets of Brother. Great show today, my brother. I went on there for a minute. CT was getting down there today. So salute to my brother CT. We're gonna break down all this good stuff, man. And we just gotta go get it, man. Salute Tim Smith in the chat. Salute Tim. I see you, my brother. Thank you for coming in tonight. And we're just gonna get it popping, man. And like I said, we got a big game tomorrow against the Chicago Bulls over there in Chi-Town at 8 o'clock. Like I said, on NBA TV, national televised game. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be we all amped about it. We psyched about it. There's a lot of buzz going on with that, man. And so I think it's gonna be crazy tomorrow, man. So have everybody get out there tomorrow, do what you gotta do, get on your grind, handle your business. Then you get back home, get in front of your TV or your screen, whatever you're gonna watch tomorrow night. And just get into it, man, in front of your computer. And let's look at this. Chicago's going to be an important game for the Knicks, obviously, because Chicago, they 4-0. They playing good ball right now coming out the gate. So it's going to be a good litmus test for us to go up against some guys and hopefully be able to get them guys the business, man. But we're going to break down the keys to the game and all that later on. We're going to get into that. And real quick, man, let me take you cats around the association right quick. Let's go around the association right quick and get some NBA scores, some news, some updates and things, because a lot of things going on right now. Minnesota up 11 on Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. Toronto. No, let's go from the beginning. Charlotte beat Orlando 121-11. Here go a big game for us. Washington beat Boston 116-107. Big game for us in the division. Miami beats Brooklyn 106-93. Toronto beat Indiana 118-100. And Atlanta beat New Orleans by 3. I wanted New Orleans to get that game, but Atlanta held on down there in New Orleans to win that game. And that was the game that was played. That was some key games right there. But we got a good thing. We got a couple of games we picked up in the division half game. I'm sorry, with Brooklyn going down, Boston going down. So that bode well for us in the division, man. We picked up a little bit of lead there, man. That was good. So that's going around association, KJ, and there was some two pivotal losses for Boston in Boston, and Brooklyn in Brooklyn. They lost to Miami, so that was pretty good for the Knicks.
Right. And to your point, Devon, it's good, to see some of them teams go down early because the season is made during these early games right now. That's why it's so important for the Knicks to get started fast and a decent record within the next first 15, 20 games, because those 2, 3, 4 games, later on in the year can come back to haunt us. We don't want that. We want to go into this playoffs We want to be solidified. We want to give the guys rest that they needed. So when game one of whoever we playing is going to be good to go, we want the players nice and rested. So the more and more that we win early and other teams lose is always a plus for us. The biggest thing I want to see with this team, Divine, in the chat, I just want to be consistent. And for a lot of years, we have not had consistency. And last year, we got consistent. This year, we're getting more consistent. Once we become a consistent team, consistent franchise, that's when basketball is going to happen. And that's what we have right now in this team, in this organization. It's winning basketball. And later on, we're going to break down a little bit of history of the Knicks, courtesy of your boy KJW and my boy Devon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. So, yeah, just getting back on that note with the association, it was good that we was able to pick up the division wins. I mean, division losses by them guys. I think that was important for us. We need teams to beat each other up all night and every night. Beat up on each other, or we could try to continue to win games and separate ourselves because it's a long season. And anytime we can get a little distance between another team, it bodes well. And but that Miami thing was important. That was a good loss for good win for Miami against Brooklyn. Good, definitely good for us. So I'm happy about that, man. But yeah, man, you're right, KJ. We need consistency. We need to keep this thing going on a regular basis, man. We don't want to be peaks and valleys. We just want to be straight peaks. You know what I mean? We don't need to be down in the valley. So no ups and downs, no peaks and valleys. Just continue to grow and build, like Tibbs say. And I think we'd be good with that, man. Because it's been a long time since we had a team that's given us a chance to play consistent ball on a regular basis. But I think this might be the one. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be real good for us, man. And but tomorrow's a big game. Real talk. It's a big game tomorrow. We got to go in there and make things happen tomorrow, man. And this is a real big game for us, man. I think we need to go in there and put the hammer down, man. And that's what it's going to have to be, because I just think these cats going to want to come play because they know they hit a bullet. They haven't beat nobody. I'm quite sure they're hearing that. Chicago hearing that noise like, yeah, they saying we haven't beat nobody. So we want to show the Knicks too. Just like the Knicks going to say, you know what, we need to beat you, cats. So that's going to be a good game tomorrow, man. But I do think we bring our A game to the forefront and do what we're supposed to do as a team. And I think we got a good chance of really, really going on there and making that thing happen. So let me just bring up my keys to the game. That what I think tomorrow would be pivotal for us to do tomorrow, KJ. And these my 5 keys to the victory tomorrow. As you see, I got my 5 keys to victory. Number 1, play solid defense. You know, and that's what we lay our hat on. I know our defense is what Tom Thibodeau's staple of his team is. First and foremost, it's the defense. We got to go in there and make it hard for them dudes. Take advantage of the things we could take advantage of. They got a high offensive machine down there with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and them boys and Vucevic. Them boys will score the ball, and I ain't taking nothing from them. They could score that ball on the offense. So it's going to be important that our defense and Lonzo Ball shooting the 3 ball pretty good this year. Last game he was like 5 out of 6, so they have shot 5 in a row. So he's shooting the 3 ball good this year. So we just got to be ready for them, man. The young man Patrick Williams in his second year. He looks like he's going to be solid. But I just think our defense has got to be there. If our defense is there and we stick to our game plan like we did yesterday at the Garden, I think we walk out of Chi-Town with a W for sure on a defensive level, no doubt about it. And then obviously number 2, out rebound them. And I got the stat. I bring all them guys stats, but they rebounding and all that. The main 3, the leading rebounders and assists and scoring leaders on their team. But we need to out rebound them, man. And boot the bitch at the handful when it comes to rebounding. But I think a lot of them other guys, they more perimeter oriented. I think Zach LaVine, they can get rebounds, but I think we got to let Mitch and Randle. I think if Mitch give us a double digit rebound, we good, because Vucevic and Randle both average 11.3 and 11.5 rebounds a game. So that's their main dude rebound is Vucevic, and Randle averages 11. So I think if Mitch can bring 10 or 11 to the game, or maybe more, depending on how the game go, and RJ can get you a certain amount, then I think we'd be good in the rebounding department. Kimba's a pretty good rebounder from the guard position. At least that's in the start in the lineup. Then obviously Obi and all them guys, we're gonna really need Obi to get a lot of rebounds. And Taj, if Noel don't play right now, he's listed as out. But we got to out rebound the guys, and I think we can. I think we can out rebound them, and that's my what I think is real important. That second one is rebound. And number 3, limit the turnovers, KJ. We just got to make sure that we not turning that ball over. They got a pretty good defensive team this year. I think they're like 4th in the association, but it's early, and like you got to look at who they played as well. So that makes a difference too. But they seem like they playing solid defense. So we just got to make sure we hold on to them turnovers. Lonzo Ball is a good defender. Everybody else is average. You know what I mean? And if we can just hold on to that ball, don't turn it over, and I think we'd be good there. And obviously, the high field percent, like you guys always talk about, you and Soulfinger and them talk about the foul text. We got to make sure that we hitting them charity stripe joint. That's free. It's charity free money. So we got to make sure that we had the charity stripe. We knocking them down like we did last night. I think we shot like 8 out. We shot pretty good last night from there. We missed 1 or something like that. I think that was Mitchell Robinson's. So then the high assist, move that ball around and find an open shooter. Look for Mitch on the live threats and everything, and get them assist numbers up. And I think we get the assist numbers up. That just bodes well for the offense. Because now we're gonna have. I think we have a good percentage shooting, and if we knocking the ball down, I think we'd be good to go. And that's my 5 keys to the game tomorrow. I think if we could do all 5 of them things consistently, then I think the Knicks walk out there with a W.
Absolutely, and like I said, Devon, experience is your best teacher. These 4 games that Chicago played, what experience did they play on that basketball court? NBA guys, but they're not the Knicks experience. The Knicks is going to teach them boys a lesson tomorrow that, there's no the way Mitch played Embiid the other night. He plays that against Vucevic, whatever his last name is.
Vucevic.
Vucevic is not better than Embiid. So that's going to give Mitch the upper hand because Mitch right now, he's a little, he has a little game to him. But I just think the Knicks outmatched him all around. Now we're saying Zach LaVine has a fractured thumb or whatever it may be. So he's gonna play, but he's hurt right now. DeRozan and Lonzo Ball, guys, DeRozan's been there, but I think DeRozan is a little bit past his time right now. He's not the old DeRozan of when he was on the San Antonio Spurs back in the day. He's not the DeRozan anymore. As far as Lonzo Ball, the jury's still out on him. Yeah, he could pass the ball, but as far as his shot, we don't know what that is right now. So they got a young and old team, but I just think the Knicks' experience is going to get them. And like I said, in these past 4 games that Chicago's played, they haven't played a team like the Knicks. The Knicks are getting better and better as each game goes along. Now, yes, they blew the game in Orlando, but the one thing I heard about those stories after they played Orlando, them guys stayed at the Garden and they were shooting. They said Julius Randle didn't even get sleep. He ain't going to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning because they were so mad that he lost that game. So they're hungry, and I'm sure they got to Chicago and they found them a gym, and they out there. They might still be working the pavement right now, shooting and getting ready for this game. So I just like the stories I hear coming out of New York, and I like the mentality, the next guy up mentality, and this team seems like they're together. And when you have that in a team, Devon, it's going to be hard to match the Knicks level regardless of who they play. These guys are NBA players in the Chicago Bulls. I get that. But I think this early in the season and the games that the Knicks played between Boston, that double overtime game in Boston, going to Orlando, and then last night was another big win. Think when you have a big win like that, you feel like you could beat anybody. So my thing is, I think the Knicks go ahead, they get this win, and it's not going to be a problem for us at all.
Yeah, I can see. I definitely second that, man. I definitely see that, man. And don't get me wrong. Salute, be civilized, man. Shaw Powers, Tim, salute to you cats, man. The streets are buzzing. Salute for y'all being up in the chat, man. Yeah, I'm not going to take them lightly. I mean, the road is still averaging 20-something a game this year. I mean, he ain't, he still got game, KJ. I think he had a great season last year with them dudes. So I won't take him for granted, but I do, I do think that they got an offensive juggernaut down there, man. And I'm not even gonna be the one to front on them. They got an offensive juggernaut. If we don't come bring our A game, we could walk out there with an L. So
right.
Yeah, we definitely got to play our A game and just just play like you played last night. Mind we're not gonna have our crowd there, so we know our bench gonna need to be our 6th man tomorrow night. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to be rooting for that team. Them cats on the bench got to get that team on the floor some energy. Because they're gonna need it. It's gonna be a good game tomorrow, national TV. But I think the Knicks just do what they do. We walk out there with that W, brother. I really do, right. Man. And like I said, with them 5 keys to the game is a must. I think we can out rebound them. I still think our defense is better than theirs, and that's for sure. So I do think we got the upper hand there, you know, and I just think if our three balls are in the game, is over. As far as I'm concerned, if we shoot, we shoot the ball we did last night, the game over.
Now, as far as the defense, absolutely, defense wins games. They win championships. We know that. But what I want to see with them is Julius is our go-to guy. He's our star. We need to just give it to Julius and let him go to work. First couple is give it to him, let him drive to the hole. We don't need no threes. Let's get these guys in foul trouble first, and then work it like we seen last night. Them guys didn't start shooting threes for a long time. They were 14 for 23 for a while. So the 3-point percentage was very great last night after a while, but then they just blew it up. And we scored so many points inside on them. That pick and roll was deadly last night. I just want to see that consistency right there from Knicks, that we don't need to shoot all these threes all the time to win a game. Julius deferred so much to Kemba Walker last night because he was the hot hand. So then again, we don't know who's going to be the hot hand tomorrow. But I believe if we have combinations of score where everybody's in double figures, that's how we're going to get these wins. We're going to stockpile wins when everybody gets these touches and everybody has double digits on the scorecard at the end of the game. It doesn't have to have one man with 40 points. Now, sometimes we might get that game where we got guys scoring 35, 40 points, and that's okay. But for us to get those real wins and stockpile wins, it has to be a game like we had against Philadelphia. And you just keep pressing them, keep putting the pedal to the metal. Our second unit doesn't get talk a lot about this team. Our second unit is probably better than their first unit or close to it. And to me, the Bulls are not going to be able to keep up, which like a lot of teams are not going to be able to keep up with the pace that the Knicks play for 48 minutes. And Tom Tibbs and the coaching staff, they're going to throw so many different defenses at them. They don't know. Like we know, okay, these guys can shoot threes, but you know what? If we double Lonzo at the top, take the ball out of his hand, press him full court, and have everybody up on a man, it's going to be hard. And have Mitch as the centerpiece to make sure nothing comes down that middle. You get Noel in there, man. I can only imagine what's going to happen tomorrow night in the game. And okay, we're in a hostile environment, but the Knicks, they have the pedigree to play anybody, no matter what stadium is in. And I just want to see them keep it going, keep the momentum going. And that's all my take on that one.
Yeah. You know what? We definitely can't, you know, take Chicago lightly, because you got to remember, in their starting lineup, they got 3 All-Stars: DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic, and Levine are All-Stars. Them boys is good. I mean, let's not get it twisted. 1 minute they just to get us our starting unit. Real talk. I mean, them boys can get down. I mean, you know. And I think we just got to go in there and bring, and like you said, Shop, we got to be on top of our defense. Levine can give it to anybody. I don't give it. And I'm a Knicks fan, but I love to have that boy on my team. That boy got game, and he was coached by Thibodeau. You know what I mean? DeMar DeRozan is an all-star, savvy veteran. He know how to get buckets. You know, he's still averaging 20-something again right now this year. And Vucevic is an all-star. So we can't take them cats lightly. And Lonzo Ball is Lonzo Ball. So we definitely going to have to be on our game and be civilized, right? They bench is suspect. And that's what we got to really handle them cats. Let our bench go in there and put some work in. But they got Troy Brown Jr. down there. Kobe White is out. I mean, they picked up some savvy cats on that bench as well. You know what I mean? Some good defensive guy. Got some good defenders on the bench actually, compared to last year. But this is just like the Knicks. This is a different Bull team. You know, we got better. They got better as well. So, but I think our defense is bar and second to none when it comes to me with a lot of these teams. So,
Devon, it's safe to say that Levine is their go-to man when they need a bucket, right? He's their star player, Levine.
I think he's the main guy. I think that he's their franchise player. But any one of them cats can get a bucket. Vucevic, I mean, I think that they like the Knicks. Even if Julius Randle's our main guy, he don't necessarily got to be the go-to guy. You go to the open man and shoot the ball. I mean, even though Zach LaVine the main guy, you know, it's whoever got the better shot. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that, the Knicks live the same way. Even though we got to go to man, we got to make sure, even though he go to man, is the shot he about to take is better than the other guy over there on the other side who might don't got nobody on him. So that's why I think that's what I love about the Knicks team. We pass the ball so much. I don't think I think we got anybody on that team, whether Fournier, Randle or Kemba. I think any one of them cats can get you a bucket at the end of the game, if they had the ball in their hand. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Levine is they do. I think they would want, I'm quite sure because of his 3-point prowess of that. Yeah, he's their guy. But we just got to deal with him. You know what I mean? KD, we just got to deal with him. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm trying to figure out what we knew what the defensive plan was for Embiid when the Knicks. He gonna get that ball, and then you see Tibbs let Mitch get him first for a while, but then he see Mitch was having trouble, and he sent that double down. So I'm just trying to imagine what do we think the defense may look like tomorrow? Do we go into that man-to-man? Do we go into that man-to-man zone? Or what are we doing to begin the game?
I think you're a man up. You man up, mano a mano. I think Fournier is a good enough defender to compete with. I think DeRozan and Fournier pretty much to me wash each other out. They really do. I think just what DeRozan can get, Fournier can get the same thing if he got. You know what I mean? He got a better 3-point game than DeRozan because DeRozan is not a good 3-point shooter. Fournier got a better 3-point game than him. He could put the ball on the floor like him. So that's almost a wash to me. I really believe that. I really believe, and like you say, in this stage of his career and with the way Fournier is playing right now, 19 a game or something like that. So to me, that's a wash. So we good with that. I think RJ got to bring Rikers RJ to the table tomorrow. He got to try to just slow Levine down. See, and the good thing about that, Levine is athletic, he quick. So RJ gonna have to use his strength. You know what I mean? You're just gonna have to make it hard on him, man. And there's gonna be a team defensive thing. That's why I think the defense is so important tomorrow because them cats in Chicago can get it. You know what I mean? They really can. You know what I mean? So, but I do think if Randle could take it, make it hard on Patrick Williams, nice young player out of Florida State, nice young brother, second year. He's gonna be nice. But I think I don't think he got nothing for Randle though. You know what I mean? I just think Randle can get Patrick Ewing bully ball on him. You know what I mean? He's skinny, lengthy. I think Julius can eat on him. But and for Vucevic, good center, man. All-star center, could shoot the ball, stretch the floor. But he's a good rebound. He averaged 11 rebounds a game. He could do it. So, but I do think Mitch can cause the problem. And then at the same time, I think the Knicks need to take advantage of Mitchell Robinson tomorrow. This might be the first time where they should really start throwing that ball down to Mitchell Robinson. Post Mitchell Robinson tomorrow. Throw that ball down there and let my man take Vucevic's lung. Vucevic is not a good defender. He's not athletic. He don't get up high like that. I think they should the Knicks should have a game plan tomorrow. Let ball drive that ball and get it to Mitchell Robinson. This might be the first time the Knicks need to really implement Mitchell Robinson in the offense because I don't think Vucevic defense can even do nothing with him for real.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I think we will, as you see in these games, they made adjustment every single games as far as defense and offense. It's not so much ISO ball with Julius, and if it is ISO ball, Julius kicks it back out. Like last night, Julius let Kimber really run everything last night, right, which was great, and that's why we finally seen a breakout game for Kemba Walker because the man was hot. Now, I think the Chicago Bulls offense, as far as them running, they're a lot similar in the Knicks. And with Lonzo Ball as a point guard, he's more effective in the open floor, running that ball, passing the ball. But in a half-court set, can he run an offense like Kemba Walker in a half-court set as a true point guard? In his young career, I haven't seen that yet. And plus, I'm going to be honest, I haven't really seen a lot of Lonzo Ball playing in his young career, so I will see it tomorrow. But I'm going to say no, he can't run the same offense in a half-court set like Kemba Walker. But one thing he does have the advantage in the open floor, that man can get up the floor and pass the ball to anybody. So that's why I think that, on some occasions, especially when Quickly or any other guards in, they're going to pick that man up. We have to pick them up full court to take them out their offense, to break that monotony up, because these guys could run, and then as far as, the other guys, the Levine and DeRozan, like I said, Fournier can handle that. RJ can handle Levine. Julius is gonna have Patrick, and they got Caruso coming off their bench, but I just don't see them. Their record to me is not doesn't match them just based on the teams that they played. And not to say that is any gives. We see what happens with Orlando. It can happen. But with the way the Knicks played that last game, as a fan and as a person that analyzes them, it just has me believing like the Knicks they can compete with anybody, and they're not going to take this team lightly. To me, they want to show the NBA and this team, no, we are the New York Knicks and we're here to stay. And nobody's, even where we at, nobody's going to handle us. We're going to come and lock you up in your own arena because we want that spot. We don't want you guys getting the headlines anymore. We're taking all the headlines from Brooklyn now. If you notice, Devon, it's all negative vibes coming out of Brooklyn than Manhattan. We're taking all the headlines and we want to keep them headlines going because to me, those headlines, it motivates the players even more to say, you know what, we told you so. What they're showing us, we're showing you the world like, no, this we see this every day. But you guys still don't believe. There's still doubters out there, Devon, in the chat that don't believe this Knicks team is what we've been predicting for all these couple months since we acquired Kemba Walker and Fournier, and we got this team going. We all predicted the starting lineup and the starting 10. We've been saying it on these platforms for the past couple months since we acquired these guys, and it's the same lineup. So I say that to say, yes, it's going to be a good game. I just think the Knicks they outclassed them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, B Supply, you hunted on that one, my brother. We got to really check out that long rebound because that's what Lonzo Ball do. They get that ball, they off like jackrabbits. You know what I mean? Levine and get up and down the court real fast. So I agree with you, B Civilized. We got to focus on them long rebounds, man, and just get back on defense. Get back on defense and get set in your defense, and then we take it from there. You know what I mean? But we definitely got to. You right, 100% on that because them cats can. That was the main reason why they bought that boy there, Lonzo Ball, because that's the type of game him and Levine play. But Levine could play in the half court as well, but Levine loved to get up and down the court. So having a guy who can throw that outlet pass like him and, and all them good assists, hockey assists and all that, that's what we got to be ready for that, man. So good one, be civilized. But, real quick, they top three guys. Let's look at their rebound, point, and assist leaders on each team. What's going to happen with ours. But if you look at there, Julius Randle, 25 points a game. Zach LaVine, 25 points a game. Julius Randle shooting 42%. Zach LaVine shooting 50%. 87% from the foul line. LaVine at 95, almost 100. Rebounding. Julius Randle, 11-3. Defense rebounding 9. Offense rebound 2.3. Vucevic 11.5 rebounds. 9.3 defense rebounding. 2.3 offensive rebounding. Assist leaders. Julius Randle 6.5 a game. 3 turnovers, 3.5 turnovers, 37 minutes per game. Lonzo Ball, 5 assists per game, 2.5 turnovers per game, and 36 minutes a game. So Julius Randle out assisting Lonzo Ball as we speak right now. He got 6.5 a game. Lonzo Ball got 5. They want Julius Randle averaging 1 more turnover than Lonzo Ball, and he's not even a point guard. You know what I mean? So that's pretty interesting. But like I said, Vucevic is they main rebounding, and Julius Randle getting 11, he getting 11. All we need to do is let Mitchell Robinson get 10. If Mitchell Robinson gets a double-digit rebound, which I think he will, because it seems like he's gonna be averaging that the rest of the year. And RJ Barrett and Fournier and them cats do some team rebounding in that first unit. I think we got a good chance of definitely out rebounding them. But so we just got to go in there, and that's like I said, that was one of my keys to the game, that we got to out rebound them. But exactly, and see, like that's why I feel good about that. That's one thing I can say about Randle that a lot of people sleep on. No matter who we go up against, a team that got a prolific player, whether they not franchise player, but they best player, our best player numbers match theirs. Like I said, Levine scoring 25 and Randle scoring 25. You know what I mean? So it's not like, they got a advantage because Levine can score and we can't. No, he's scoring 25 a game and Randle scoring 25 a game. You know what I mean? So that means if he get his 25, Randle can get his 25. You know what I mean? So now we need Fournier and Kemba Walker to be able to give us with Lonzo Ball and DeRozan gonna give. I'm gonna say him and Vucevic. Because Vucevic scored more than Lonzo. So I think we ready. I think we good there. I think we can handle them offensively. We can go mano offensively. If our defense come to the forefront, we win that game. I think offensively we could compete with them, not a problem. I think, like I said, Randle and Levine wash each other out. Let's say Vucevic and Fournier wash each other out. Let's say then RJ and Lonzo Ball wash each other out. So that means we got advantage right there with Kemba Walker. I'm talking about the starting lineup anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I think that, and I think Derrick Rose, he better than everybody in that second unit, as far as I'm concerned. Him and Alex Burks can get it. You know what I mean? If Obi bring what he bring, Todd bring what he give him. If Noel don't play, and quickly go ahead and knock down some threes and get it. I think if our bench play, we walk out of that with a W.
Right. And
man,
look,
what up, man? Child, salute.
Salute, man. Child, salute to the chat. Hey, Divine, the same way we're looking at their stats, they're looking at our stats. Mm-hmm. Listen, we have the fourth officer rating in the NBA with 4 games. I know it's early. We're number 1 in 3-point percentage made. You know, like, come on, it's only 4 games in, and we already dropping numbers. We're third in points per game in the NBA. So just the maturation that's been happening since year 1 when Tom Tibbs, it's only his second year. Look at everything that's happening now. And we're only going to go up from here because the team they're just starting to gel. And like I said, the Bulls have not played a team. They if in the NBA, you're good. But my thing is they haven't played the same caliber of opponents that Knicks have played. And I'm going to keep saying this. It matters who you play in this league. It definitely matters because everybody, if you make the NBA, the worst player that may look bad on TV to us could give us buckets in any park or any league that we go to. But when you take these caliber of players and you know the team is not that good and you mix it and you compare it to what the Knicks been playing against Boston and Philly, there's no match. You know, the NBA has a prediction that the score is going to be 98-94 Bulls tomorrow. That's their prediction, which I don't believe because they've been wrong plenty of times. But, you know, I don't see the Bulls. It's almost like that Wizards team last year when they had a Westbrook and Bill. They didn't start gelling until the end of the year. I think they got off to a fresh start because of the opponents they played. But when they match up a team like us tomorrow, that's when that brick wall is going to come up, and we're going to stomp them tomorrow. I just had that feeling, just like I had the feeling when we played Philadelphia. I said I wanted to see the Knicks. How are they going to respond to Philly after losing to Orlando the way they did in their second game of that back-to-back against Orlando? And they exceeded expectations on what was to happen. Now, even though we're away tomorrow, Divine, I think it doesn't matter. I think the team still plays the same. These guys are professional, and they know what they did for. They did a take care of business. It's Derrick Rose's homecoming. It's Taj Gibson's homecoming, and also Tom Thibodeau's homecoming. They want to get those wins for those guys. So here you go. Good take.
Absolutely, yeah. I said, well, good take. Be civilized as well. Yeah, Rose home for the home cooking, like be civilized said. Tibbs back in there, man, and Todd Gibson back in there. You know, you got, and you know, and not only that, I think they retiring Joakim number or tomorrow night or something of that nature, or Joakim number. So, you know, they gonna have the old squad back up in the building, and you know they love Derrick Rose over there. So don't think there ain't gonna be no fans cheering on the Knicks a little bit tomorrow. Knicks fans all over the place. You know what I mean? And Chicago hot, they good, but I think we going in there to do business. Derrick, like B Civilized said, I think Derrick Rose gonna get it popping up in that joint tomorrow night. So I just think they're gonna get it popping, and I think if Noel don't come back and Todd get to play that backup, you know he's gonna show his butt tomorrow, and it's rightfully so. Let tomorrow night the whole Knick team, long as we win the game, let it be about Todd, Derrick Rose, and Tibbs tomorrow night. Yeah, I make sure that game represent them cats tomorrow night. And Julius Randle make sure they make sure that my man is eating. You know what I mean? They make sure Todd Gibson, make sure Derrick Rose eating tomorrow. I want Tibbs to walk out of there with that W. Put the way Jerry Reinsdorf did Tibbs, please. You know, I want Tibbs to go get it tomorrow. So, you know, and I think they will, man. We just go in there and bring our A game, salute my man, CT, the streets are buzzing. We go in there tomorrow, handle our business, and I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting in there tomorrow. Think about this here: national televised game. Tiz, Rose, and Todd Gibson back in the house, and they got Joakim Noah doing. They bringing back the old Manchild said Noel playing tomorrow. If he is, I'm not sure. They had him out, but if you got some more news, Manchild, that's cool. If Noel playing, that's what's up, and that's more firepower.
That's breaking news, man, child, man. We gotta fact check that. But hey, listen, you a first cousin, brother. You on this channel, and if Noel playing tomorrow, we gotta go what man child is saying, man. So, Noel. I mean, that's a great game to be playing if he is coming tomorrow. But that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's more depth, and if he can play tomorrow. Make sure Todd gets some minutes tomorrow, though. Todd, if Noel come out tomorrow, I hope he come back. I don't care if he don't play. I want tomorrow night to be about Todd Gibson. It's about the Knicks team, guys. Let's not get it twisted. I said long we win the game, but I want them to get their just due because they battle hard in Chicago all them years, man. Them brothers. Todd Gibson, Derrick Rose took the boy to the Eastern Conference Finals. Tiz put that franchise on a winning road. And so they owe in that respect. So let's hope they get that tomorrow, man. But it's gonna be fun tomorrow. It's gonna be exciting up in that piece. They're gonna be battling, and it's gonna be a fun game. But I like the Knicks' chances for sure up in that piece tomorrow, KJ. Because I just think they got what they need there. So on that note, and listen, and then after that, man, we get ready to go on that road. We get ready to go on the road tomorrow. So we play the Bulls, and we move on, and we're gonna get into the schedule, man. Over the next 10 games and things of that nature, because that's going to be important that we really go on that thing and make it happen. And let's look at the schedule, the Knicks schedule for the next 10 games. Coming in, and it starts tomorrow night, guys. Right there, there you go. Let me throw that up there for you. We got Chicago tomorrow night, 8:00 in Chi-Town. We went over that, man. I think let's say we come out there with a victory, and then the 2 days later, man, we go down to New Orleans. We going down to Louisiana, man, on the 30th, 7:00 game, guys, and not 7:30, 7:00 game. And we play the Pelicans, and then after that we home 7:30 that Monday for Toronto Raptors. And then on the third we move on out to Indiana. And we played the Indiana Pacers that Wednesday at 7:00 game, guys. So keep that in mind. Then we away at Milwaukee, 7:30 game that Friday. Then we home for Cleveland, 6:00 on a Sunday. Then we got Philly. That's a back-to-back, guys. We got Philly that Monday away. So we go down to Philly right after that game against the Cavaliers at the Garden at the world most famous arena on the 7th. So hopefully we get to see some of the young guys play. We can smack them guys, knowing that we got a back-to-back after that. We can rest some of them players and then get ready for that game the next day against Philly, because Philly coming out for revenge that game. So that's going to be on and popping. Then we got a home game on the 10th, 2 days later against the Milwaukee Bucks. They're coming to the world most famous arena. And then we got that Charlotte game on November 12th, down here. I'll probably try to attend that game. So that's the schedule for the next 10 games. And then we got Orlando at home again. So I think if we can go in there and what do you think, KJ? Let's we already talked about our prediction with the Bulls. What do you think gonna be the outcome with the New Orleans Pelicans?
I think we get the win there. Definitely get the win there. Toronto, Indiana, and I say the first game against Milwaukee. Yeah, we beat them early last year in December, and like I said, all these games right now, the Knicks are only going to get better. We're going to get healthier. Hopefully, we'll get Noel back by then or whatever he plays. We're only going to get stronger and better. So, like I said, I want to win them all. But, obviously the the Milwaukee game and then that second Sixers game, because we're going to see a different Sixers game. We got to watch that back-to-back, that Cleveland, and they're going to back to Philly again that night, and then back again against Milwaukee. So I would say after tomorrow, we'll go 4-1. We might lose 2 or 3 out of those right there. Be 7-3.
Okay. So you're talking about after Chicago, So you think you win? You beat Chicago. You think we beat New Orleans?
Correct. Yes.
So you think, and you said we beat the Toronto at home.
Right.
So you think we go on the road and we beat Indiana Pacers?
Indiana. Now the only game with a question mark is that Milwaukee game.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So
And
that's
then
1, 2,
the
3,
other
4.
game, the other Cleveland would be Cleveland, and then the Sixers and the Milwaukee is all question marks. We don't know. Just by the back to back. If anything, these 10 games will go 7-3.
Okay. Okay. I mean, let me see. I know we go to Chicago, win tomorrow. New Orleans, we go down there. Let me see. Brandon Ingram, the Devontae Graham, Valanciunas. Who else in that star lineup? Well, obviously Zion not playing. So who's they point guard down there right now? Devontae Graham, he playing a 1 of the 2. So
He's the one, yeah, Graham.
Yeah, Graham. Yep. So let's say we go down there, we should be able to win that game because they lost. I think they lost tonight to Atlanta. Beat them by 3 down there tonight.
Yeah,
they beat them by 3 down there tonight. So let's say okay, so we win that one. Then you said we win the one at Toronto and at the Garden, excuse me, against Toronto. Then we go to Indiana. So right now we're looking at 3-0 in the next 3 games. You say we win Indiana, so I guess we'll say 4-0. That's our prediction anyway. I don't mean that that's what's going to happen. We ain't think we're going to lose to Orlando, but let's say we count that as an L. Not an L. I'm in a W. So that's 4-0. Then we lose to Milwaukee. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-1. We beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. If we don't have a letdown game in the Garden, that's 5-1. So right. Then you go. Let's say you go to the Philly. Let's say you lose 5-2. Let's say you go to Milwaukee. We win in that one. We got Milwaukee at the Garden. So I'm gonna chart that up as a win. I'm taking the Knicks against Giannis them in the Garden as a win. I'm gonna do it like that. So I got 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I could see us going 8-2.
Right. So 7-3,
8-2. Absolutely. Right. I could see that. And like I said, you can lose any given night, but like I said, it all depends if our defense play this game on this road trip, we got a good shot. I just think our offense could match just about anybody's offense in the East. It's our defense that brings us over the top. I really do. So if the Knicks play a decent ball game, right, man, child, you can't put them around this time for sure. We go one game at a time. Absolutely, man, child, one game at a time. But we just predicting, throwing it out there. But yeah, one game at a time. That's all you can do. But just on our thought and prediction level. Anything can happen in the game. We can go in tomorrow night and lose. But we predicted that we're gonna win. So we just doing having fun with our prediction thing there. But I definitely see 8-2. You know what I mean? I can see 8-2, 7-3, the worst to me. But I can see 8-2 if we plan our game the way we're supposed to play our game. Okay, Jay, and we playing Knicks basketball and our defense is on point because and let me reiterate something. When I mean with the Knicks with the 3 ball, they don't have to shoot a lot of 3 ball, but they need to shoot the 3 ball. See, they don't have to take a lot of them, but they got to shoot them. You know what I mean? And I'm more. I'd rather have a high percentage than a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, facts beats a lot. Just having fun for Knicks' sake. Fact.
Right.
Fact. Yeah,
that's all we doing, Devon. We just having fun, and like I said, tomorrow we want put like this, guys. We want the Knicks to win every single game, which we know is not going to happen. But that's why I said for me, Devon, I can never bet when the Knicks is playing because I'm doing a love bet. I want the Knicks to win every game, just like our Giants. So right. I can't bet I'm a bad bettor. I would never bet with the Knicks because it's my heart and soul. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It just goes to the excitement of the team. Like we know when this team is firing threes, the Knicks can compete with anybody, and people ain't gonna be able to keep up. But when the 3-pointers are not going down, that's when the problems arise. When those free throws are not happening the way they're supposed to happen, that's when the problems arise. And then we go to one-on-one matchup. That's when we got problems. So to me, that Philly game last night, was the best game so far of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It showed that they can move the ball as a team. It showed the type of defense that they can play. Even Kemba Walker, the one that supposedly had the bad knees. You remember that guy from the Orlando game? People want to trade the man already, and my man can do that. And Devon, we talked about this last night. I'm gonna keep saying it. How many point guards in this league can take charges the way he does? Devon, you brought up Kyle Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you know how many point guards in this league? Count them. Mm-hmm. So for people to say that Kemba couldn't play 3 and even Fournier, these guys are playing. And just like Julius Randle, the stigmas, Julius can't play defense. Julius is blocking shots now. That man is hustling. Along with RJ and the great old Mitchell Robinson on defense, the Knicks have a great defensive mind team. And to me, the more their opponent presses up and gets up on them, it increases their energy, as we seen last night. So the Bulls might try to do the same thing. It's only going to get their energy up for the New York Knicks. And they are going to really dig it on them. Derrick Rose, expect a big game from D Rose tomorrow. He's back in his hometown. The man run the MVP down there with Tibbs. He's going to come to play. He has a lot of family from Chicago. So they all going to be D Rose. They're going to be yelling D Rose. So just be ready for that tomorrow. And just our bench is still only crashing the surface right now, Devon. And once his bench really gets going, Quickly finally had a good game. So let's see what Quickly can do. It's so many different players we could throw out there at one time and so many different lineups. Now, if Quickly comes in and he mirrors the same game, the 16 points or a 10-point game, you better watch out. Because don't forget, this man Quickly wasn't even scoring like that in the first 3 games. My man was firing shots from 35 feet, bricking, layups, missed, so we got. And Quickly's defense last night was something to watch. Full court defense, Devon. Picked them up. And I'm looking for him to pick Lonzo up tomorrow a lot in the second unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow the game like this. If anyone about point guard struggle, I kid you not. I would tip. I'll bring McBride in. Hound them cat from front court, from back court to front court. Bring McBride in. And let them hound Lonzo ball all the way up the court if it came down to it, or whoever their point guard might be in the second unit. Let's say one of our guys was a popping, but I don't see that. I think the Knicks going in here tomorrow, they know what they're doing tomorrow. The Knicks know they're on national television, going into a place, the team they might see in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So you need to go in there and let them know that, no, it ain't your turn yet. It's our turn before your turn. Y'all come after us. You don't come before us. We was in the playoffs last year. Y'all wasn't. So now y'all got to take y'all. You don't step over us to get to the playoff without us. Keep going. So I don't think it's going to be an issue because I think they're going out there to make a statement tomorrow. I think that place going to be buzzing. And I do think that that atmosphere going to be live. It's going to be like the Garden maybe for Chicago, but with Tibbs and them in there and all them, man, they know, and Derrick Rose comfortable there. It's going to be fun. I think the Knicks go in there and handle their business. So I do think, like we spoke about earlier, we do the keys to the game, man. Just rebound, no turnovers, them foul techs like y'all cat said, high assist percentage, and most of all, like I said, man, just shoot the ball well and just play defense. You know what I mean? Yo, Nick, peace, my man, Nick, peace. Yeah, man. I think we go in there and do all them things. We good. So it's gonna be fun tomorrow, guys. And we it was crazy. Like I said a few minutes ago, you look at what happened in our division. Like I said, Boston and Brooklyn lost. You know what I mean? We need that win tomorrow.
Yeah. Now B7 like he said, yeah, precisely, Divine. Now you talking, my brother. Yep. We might actually see a McBride party outing, but if we do, meaning it's a blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody's waiting for that Grimes McBride duo to get. We've seen a little bit of Sims, we've seen a little bit of both of them, but we haven't seen a lot of them. And like right now, we talked about this before, Divine. We got to keep while the iron is hot for this Knicks team and they're gelling. We have to go with the players that are gelling on this team. And of course, I thought McBride was definitely going to get some more playing time than he's getting because of his defense. But for right now, we got to go with what we got right now, and whenever that time may come for him and Grimes to get going, I know these guys are ready to go because they're gelling with these guys every day in practice. They see the games. I know they're itching to get in, and I'm pretty sure them guys are out there working hard to show Tibbs and the coaching staff that they're ready to play. And it's just a little bit of time. I just don't think they're all the way ready yet and to compete at this high level as far as these games right now. But if you made it to the NBA, they're ready to go. But a Tom Thibodeau coach New York Knicks, there's some protocols before you actually get all the playing time that you're going to get, as we see what's happening with him right now, Devon.
Yeah, you know what it's called to me? It's called paying dues. Pay your dues.
Yeah.
You're a rookie. You don't come in there and you don't come in there and just take some. You don't come in there and just get somebody a job because you could play. No, that ain't the way the NBA works. Pay your dues. You were the 38th pick. I mean, you were the 30-something pick. You were the 25th pick. Just like quickly, you got to pay your dues. Unfortunately, that's a deep team. They got know what it is. They got drafted to the right situation at the wrong time because the Knicks is deep. Now imagine if McBride and Grind and Jericho would have got drafted by the Knicks 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They probably would get mad burn. They would probably get mad burn, but they just got drafted at the right place, just at the wrong time. Because we 10 deep right there, and that's first and second unit. So and that's what it's about. But it's only going to make them better because now they get to sit on that bench and learn. You can learn from watching the speed of the NBA on the bench. You can get in the games when crunch time and play against it, but you still can learn a lot how the game maneuvers, how people do things. And that's why I think Mitchell Robinson came back so good this year. He got to sit on that bench for 43 games last year and just observe. Just observe. How do the ref call games? How does that coach, manipulate our offensive defense? A lot of that stuff is mental. It's mind over matter. You ain't got the mind that damn jump shot don't even matter. I think they get to learn that, man. They get to sit there and learn that nuance of the NBA. That's why when Grimes come back in, we already know their confidence. We know they're confident. So that's why when Grimes come in, he knocked that shit down because he learning from the bench, and I think that's what they got to do. Sit on that bench and just learn. It's like you're a freshman in high school. You a freshman on a varsity team. You got to learn. You just got to go in there and learn how to play with them, and you will. They'll get their time, man. But if it came down to it tomorrow, I do believe that they'll throw Grimes in there and not Grimes McBride and let pressure my man up and down that court. Right. Weigh him out for a minute until Kemba Walker gets some rest or Derrick Rose gets some rest, and he could do things like that. And I like Tibbs said they will get their time. They'll get their time. It just ain't now. It just ain't now. It just ain't now. You know what I mean?
Devon, to your point, and I think a lot of the defensive of sets they run is based on the personnel. If we know Lonzo, Levine, and DeMar, they run. If they had Kobe White, they run. They got young guards. So, if they're running like that, you might can give Kemba or Rose a little breather by bringing in a McBride or a Grimes to pick up full court because you already got quickly there. Just all you need. Everybody has 5 fouls. If McBride is in there playing our hard-nosed defense just to put some pressure on you, I would love that just to break that monotony up for them bringing the ball up. And I think, hopefully it does happen tomorrow. But it's a wait and see, and they will get their time. And, guys, it's the Knicks' 75th season, Devon, for the whole NBA. And I have a question for everybody, and I want you guys to chap it in the chat. In 75 seasons that our great, beloved New York's has been playing, how many winning seasons have we been above 500?
How many winning seasons above 500?
It's 75 years in the NBA right now. 75 years that this thing has been instituted. How many winning seasons has the Knicks had over 500?
I'll say 20.
All right. Knicks only had 36 winning seasons, guys.
36. So
let me tell you something.
A little over half of their career, half of their franchise history. 36
seasons. I'm 38, Devon. 39 bad seasons. That's sad. That is sad, and I say that because I have some stat factors for us all. From 1946 to 1953, the Knicks had nine years of winning basketball, over 500. Y'all ready for this one? From 1967 to 73-74 season, they had 7 years of 500 and above basketball.
For one year was that?
From 67 to 73-74.
Right. They won the title, 2 titles in that span.
Right. They had 7. Get the Phil, Chad. I want y'all to stay with me on 7 years of winning basketball by 500. From 1991 to the year of 2000, we had 9 years of above 500, which brings me from the year 2000 to the year 2021. How many winning seasons have we had from the year 2000 to currently 2021?
3.
4. So I say all that to say we have every single right to feel the way we feel, because we now have many of us on this chat, on the panel, have not seen a consistent New York Knicks team in, now I'm just giving you over 21 years right now. We only have 4 winning seasons. And guess when 4 came? Last year.
Last year, that's right.
So, you know, I say that to say, Devon, like the times are turning. A lot of us haven't seen this type of New York team on a consistent basis. And that's why I said consistent basis. I started watching the Knicks in that 90s realm, 92, 93. That's when I became a Knicks fan. And I seen that 90s to 2000s. And then after that, it just disappeared. So now when we get a team like the way we have now, and we finally see a winning culture, it changes your mindset. And these predictions that we're predicting is like wow, this is what winning basketball feels like. So imagine these players. I'm pretty sure the players know the history. They know the significance of it. Now, in between those times, we had winning seasons. We had a 2003 winning season. We had a 2011, 2012 winning season. We had that. But as far as on a consistent basis for the amount of win totals that we need to compete and say, you know what, this person may come here. This person may come in. We finally built it. We're building a team. And if we keep this up, Devon, that championship basketball will be in Manhattan at Times Square sooner than we think. That window is really closing on us. And I just really want to see the Knicks close on that window shorter than sooner. You know, and you know another reason why a lot of the NBA don't really like the Knicks like that? Did you know that the Knicks played in their very first basketball game ever? November 1st, 1946, Devon?
Yes, indeed.
They played at Toronto Maple Leafs Stadium in Toronto against the Toronto Huskies. And we won 68-66 that game. So I say that as a history buff. Yeah, we are the first franchise to play in the NBA, and we are the first franchise to ever win an NBA game. And that's why we get the hate that we get. I just wanted to throw that fact out there to the chat, into the channel, you know?
Yeah. Salute Third Eye Open. Salute to you, my brother. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all run them up with the thumbs up. I got my man KJ at Vince, Knicks Real Talk. We in the building. When we talking Knicks, man, it's all good. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the Dream Team, to the channel. And we got everybody on the streets of Buzzing is in the building. Shop Powers is in the building. Everybody, man, salute to you, Cats. Man Child in the building. Nick P, peace to the God. He in the building. We in here, man. We just talking Knicks tonight, man. You know what it is. And we got getting ready for that game tomorrow. Chicago gonna be buzzing. It's gonna be on fire. It's gonna be crazy. So we got to go in there and drop the hammer down tomorrow, Cats. Real talk, man. We got to drop the hammer on the Cats tomorrow. You know what I mean? And let's go down there and play some ball. But KJ, on that note, though, you know what? That's why I can understand why we feel the way we feel as Knicks fans. You know, we haven't seen us experience a lot of winning in our culture. So so to finally have some winning, which I think gonna continue for a while. This might be the one we talking about. We might be over 500 for the next 5-10 years or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's real talk. So I think that will continue. My man CT got the Knicks 116, 108. You know, he got 116, 108 tomorrow.
108, yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go see that CT threw that out there. I'm gonna piggyback off him. I'm gonna go to Knicks. I'm up CT 1. That way if I get close, I win CT. I'm gonna go 117, 104.
Okay.
So 8-3 versus Levine, average 25, 4 rebounds. That's what I'm talking about. Third eye, good stack, my brother. Appreciate that. Like I said, Kimmer is 8-3 versus Levine, average 25, 4 and 5 against. That's what I'm talking about. And we knowing that Randle can get that as well. You know what I mean?
Right. He's right about Levine being hurt though. Like I said, his thumb. And
he day to day. Hey, you know, the Beyond Third Eye Open. I don't want him to be in. I want him to be healthy. I want when the Knicks beat these teams. I don't want nobody talking about, oh, we didn't have this player or this player wasn't playing. Nah, I want to go up and get their best and beat their best. You know what I mean? That way nobody can be like, oh, Knicks beating teams because they ain't got this player there. They ain't got that. You play who on your schedule, obviously. You know what I mean? But I want to go in there and beat them cats straight up. So he gonna play tomorrow. You know, Levine ain't missing that game tomorrow.
Yeah.
He ain't missing that game tomorrow. With him, I wouldn't miss it neither.
You know honestly, Divine, I think the Knicks is going to mentally beat them. Not so much even if you take away all the point totals. This team is a hungry team. Yeah, they're hungry. Every player on this team is hungry, and when you're hungry, you're going to do whatever it takes to win. Even if they're down, them boys are going to go in there fighting because they know what's on the line every night. It almost reminds me of AI. We got a whole bunch of AIs on this team that work hard and keep going every single night, regardless of the score. Them guys gonna keep that pressure on you. And when you have a whole group of 15 guys that think like that, you better watch out. And I just think we mentally beat them tomorrow. I got a score of 110-94 New York Knicks tomorrow. I just think our defense shuts them down. 110-94. I think our defense shuts them down again. Coming off that defensive of spat against Philadelphia, who is a better team than Chicago. I had to look at that. I just think that we shut them all the way down tomorrow. 110-94. That's what I got. Our beloved New York Knicks tomorrow in Chicago. D Rose with 25, 7 and 3.
Nice. Third Eye Open said Julius Randle averaging 19 a game, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 48% or 40% from 3 against Chicago. Yeah. I think the number goes up tomorrow. Third Eye. I think Julius Randle might drop 27 or 28. He might then hit the reason why I say that because I think he can go in there and make it happen. Shy Powers got 104-98. Good one, Shy. Hey man, let me tell you something. If the Knicks hold the Chicago Bulls under 100. We gotta be the top defense in the association. Worst of all, for real. We gotta be the top one in the association. That's real talk right there. So let's hope our defense coming in and get a popping tomorrow, y'all. If we get a popping tomorrow defensively, like I said, man, we walking out there with that W, you know. And so it's gonna be an awesome game tomorrow. It's gonna be on fire, man. We stay glued in, and y'all make sure y'all check out all our brothers. CT, he might be on tomorrow pregame. We hop on with him tomorrow. You know what I mean? Y'all know I got the morning show the day after, win or lose. You know what I mean? I'm all gonna stay true to the game, and you know we're gonna get a popping tomorrow, man. And you know we just got to go in there and do what we do. We do. Like I said, let's go back to them 5 keys to the game. We make sure we play solid defense, out rebound on cats, limit the turnovers, shoot a high field goal a foul tech percentage from the chatty stripe, and we get a high assist percentage tomorrow. Then I think we good to go. I really do think we good to go on that one. ACT, real talk. Them boys beat LA, didn't they? Josh Giddey 18-10 against the Lakers, and I think they beat them too. Wow. I think they beat them dudes. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, they did. They beat them. I thought I did see that score. I think they beat the Lakers, yo. But that's crazy though. They did beat them. I think they did beat them though. Yeah, they beat LA 123-115. Yeah, Josh Giddey did his thing. So yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow, man. I'm super amped about it. Like I said, we going there and get them keys to the game like we talked about. KJ, if we could do that, we walking out that joint 4-1. 4-1 for sure.
Right. You know what I'm most excited about tomorrow is the Kemba Walker. I want to see him mimic a little bit what he did the other night against Philly. He's a point guard, true point guard, and I think he's just getting back. He's getting his legs back. He's getting his rhythm back, and we seen a little bit that the other night. And I just believe with a true point guard on his team, we seen all those point totals up because of a real guard in Kemba. And I think Kemba Walker just outclasses the guards on their team tomorrow. He's getting it back. We seen the cardiac Kemba. My man was coming off the screen, hitting them 15, 20 footers, hitting the threes.
Oh my goodness, he was knocking them joints down.
Just and then great offense creates great defense. He steps in there, takes the charges. The little things that we don't really talk about, this guy is doing it along with Fournier. So, the Knicks with Kemba makes us a whole lot better than the guards that we had in the past, because now we have a true point guard. And I really want to see Kemba's game, this maturation game tomorrow, because D Rose has been coming up. This guy, you might as well put him in and running for Sixth Man of the Year right now, because the way his guys balling, he's playing. I wouldn't want to start D Rose either, because to me, you can't have Kemba and Quickly together out there on the court. You need that balance. Right. And D Rose is that balance. As far as Taj gets the real grown man screens. You can't get around his screens. So this whole team, and if Noel comes back tomorrow, guys, he'll play. But I just don't know what his rhythm's going to be like yet. It's like him getting back. But let's see. He held the fort down for us last year for 31 games. So, and he did good starting. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Salute to Third Eye, be civilized, and brother throwing some fire up in the chat, man. Thank you, Third Eye, real talk. Appreciate you for that. Yeah, man. You know what? I think we keep Rose. No reason why we need Rose in that second unit. When the game get tight, you need somebody to slow it down, somebody with experience who could calm them young boys down, and OB, quickly chill. Give me the ball. You know what I mean? Give me the ball. You need to keep him in there for that reason alone, because he done been through all of it, man. He done been through the wars. So when the game get tight, we got that cat in there, man. And they putting work in, they holding it down, and D Rose is conducting that joint like a train conductor. He keeping that train on the track. He is the Amtrak pulling in the Grand Central Station or Penn Station. That's Derrick Rose. He conducted that train in that second unit. So we need to make sure he stay up in there and keep them cats in order. And I think that's why it's so dangerous to me, is that salute Big Taz, man. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you coming here. Real talk. Big Taz in the building tonight. Salute to Big Taz, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. That's Real Talk. We all over the place. We in here with KJ and Vince, man. We in here talking Knicks, man. Getting ready for that big game tomorrow. But thank you for coming in. To the one and only, there can't be no other sister like that. Queens Court in the chat. Salute Queens. So we see that. Yeah, Real Talk. We got the Queen in the building. Thank you, sis. But yeah, that's why it's significant that he stay in that second unit just for that. He could conduct that train and run that team the way it need to be run. Like Obi only the second year, Quickly only the second year. Alex Burks is a veteran, but I've never seen him as a leader, a veteran leader. I just seen him as a good veteran. And obviously Noel's in there and Todd in there, but D Rose definitely that dude though. You know what I mean? And you're right, be civilized. That's what happened last year, man. When we had to take D Rose out there in the playoffs. So we just got to keep him there. Kemba, Fournier, RJ, and Randle and them tomorrow. Mitchell Robinson, man, they just got to go play their game. Like I said, the 5 keys to the game. We handle all 5 keys to that game tomorrow. And them cats can get down. Like I said, I'm not taking none for Chicago. Them boys can light it up down there. Zach LaVine, Vucevic, Lonzo Ball playing good. Patrick Williams, a good young guy. But DeRozan, savvy veteran who could score in the mid-range game like no other. but I do think our defense slows that down. I really do. I think we make them a jump shooting team tomorrow. That's all the Knicks got to do. Make them a jump shooting team. Mitchell Robinson ain't had none of them coming in with that old crazy stuff. And Randle, the way he playing defense this year, I think that's going to bode well too. We need Rikers RJ to go in there and try to, ain't going to be able to stop Levine, or he going to do what he do, but whoever he playing between him and DeRozan, but slow him down. You won't be able to stop him. Levine is Levine, man. He one of the best scorers in the game. That's what he do. But you can slow that man down like they did in B. You can't stop him, but slow him down. If our defense slow them cats down and we moving that ball, we hitting them foul shots, moving that ball tomorrow, and we rebound like we supposed to, I just think we should kill them on the rebound tomorrow if they go and do what they do.
Right.
And that's real talk, man. If we do that, KJ, then I think we good. We walk out of there with a W tomorrow.
Well, the Knicks have so many antidotes, so many ways to tear you down and wear you down. I call it wear and tear Knicks, and basically they could to take as a point guard hand to really mess the monotony up. You have to play them full court. Now, in the beginning, no, they're not going to do that with Kemba out there full court. But when that second unit come in, you see what happened to Maxey last night. You play him full court. You take them out the offense. We know they're a jump shooting team. You take the ball out the point guard's hand, or you run up and you mess their whole monotony up. Number two is we running back and forth up and down with them, with Mitchell Robinson and everybody else. These guys, they're conditioned, but they haven't played a team like the Knicks yet this year. The Knicks have been balling since the preseason. And that's why Tibbs played these guys to get them ready. We need it. I'd rather get to a better start early as far as our record, and then late. Now we're starting. This is game number 5 for the Knicks, but really game number 9 with the 4 games they played already, or 8. This team is conditioned now, and you see, look what happened to Embiid yesterday. Embiid was wore down because he didn't see that coming. So, with the Knicks tomorrow and this team, I want to see them do the same exact thing. Wear and tear them down, run back and forth. They might I don't care how much you in shape. If you run up and down the basketball so many times, you know how hard it is to keep shooting threes and going to the hole and playing defense. That's not an easy thing to do. We did that in street ground playground basketball. It's the same exact thing. So imagine, look at all the Knicks effort that they're doing, and they're still keeping up with the pace of 3-point shooting. So Tom Thibodeau has these guys that are in shape. They're in shape. They're probably one of the best teams in shape, if not the number 1 team in shape in the NBA, in my opinion. But, I just think that the Knicks are going to mentally win the game against a lot of teams, and they're going to just wear you down. Just when teams don't want to let up, the Knicks are always going to be up on you because that's their pedigree, and that's what Tom Tibbs and the coaching staff has built for our New York Knicks.
Facts. Yeah, what's interesting to me? Mitch put something in Twitter today. He's like, just getting started. Mitch, like, I'm just getting started.
He talking right now.
The word ball, Mitch, gonna be like 5-6 games from now. He had that win back pretty much close to. It's gonna be on the popping, man. So it's gonna be big tomorrow, y'all, man. So y'all get excited for tomorrow, man, because that's gonna be an important game tomorrow. Like I said, we can't take them cats for granted. They got a good offensive team down there. Them boys can light up. Vucevic is an all-star. 11, either all-star. DeRozan's been an all-star. Levine is an all-star. They can score. They can rebound. I think the Knicks defense is better. They're playing good defensive here. They got Troy Brown and all them cats on the bench. They got Caruso and them on the bench. So they got some players down there, but I don't think they the Knicks though. You know what I mean? And like I said, they got to take their turn. You know what I mean? You ain't leapfrogging us like that. You gotta wait your turn. We made the playoffs last year. We want to go to a higher seed. You trying to get to the playoffs this year. You don't leapfrog us like that. You know what I mean? The Knicks better not let that happen. Our next step is going to second, third round, not trying to get in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And this is a real important game for the facts. Yeah, it is, man. It's an important game for the Knicks, man. Just due to the fact if we beat them, we beat Boston, Philly, and we beat the Chicago Bulls, all in the span of 5 games coming out the gate. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I brought that up earlier in the preseason. Like, you know what? Signing Noel, signing Alex Burkston back, signing Derrick Rosen back is the reason why we at where we now. That continuity, that chemistry, they got that. They came out the gate with that. Other than Fournier and Kemba Walker, obviously, you know, them being two. But other than them two, our whole star lineup with our whole second unit with the second unit playing last year. You know what I mean? Now to take out Alpha Payton and Reggie Bullock and plug in Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, I just think that thing was nice. You know what I mean? And we didn't lose a lot of chemistry and continuity and camaraderie. And they know how each other play. They know their tendencies, and they know now that all they got to do now. Look at Julius Randle last night. This is what I love about that game last night. He was letting my man cook. Julius Randle's like, man, I could take the night off a little bit. You know what I mean? Because Kemba Walker was lighting it up last night. That's what we need every night. It's always going to be a different guy or the Knicks that might, you know, like RJ didn't have a bad night last night. We didn't need him that much. We had the game out of reach. He came out in the first quarter, knocked down 2 threes, had 8 points in the first quarter. But when Kemba Walker started getting hot, we didn't need his offense. But he did what he do? He clamped down on Danny Green and them though, or whoever he was playing. You know what I mean? So he brought out the Rikers RJ last night instead of having to go in there and play a lot of offense because my man was cooking. Fournier was cooking. Kemba was cooking. Cardiac. Kemba was like he giving them cats a cardiac last night. You know what I mean? So it was good to see. And that's what I'm happy about this team. We deep like that, man. You think one guy don't have to always be that main guy. We know Julius Randle is the dude, but you know, on KJ on any given night, he don't have to do that. That last night, 16, 11, and 7. You know, that 7 assists is really 14 points to him because he assists that could be 14, went from 14 to 20-some points with a 3-point shot. So that's why it's important that we had him assist tomorrow because if Randall give us a 7 to 8 assists a game, this gets game over. That means he got everybody else involved and everybody hitting their shots. And I think that's what we got to do tomorrow, KJ, and we walk out that joint easy.
Right, and that's what we're going to see going forward. We're going to see a consistent of people, maybe not in high point totals, but as long as everybody's scoring, even the others, such as Obi Toppin, quickly finally had a great game last night. Burks, Rose, if the others are scoring at a nice percentage clip, 8, 9, 10 points per game, you know, you don't expect those guys to put those numbers up. And you also don't expect the guys to move the ball like they normally. You key on the Knicks on one guy, which is Randle. Now you can't focus just on one guy anymore. You have a whole 10, 11 man rotation that you got to focus on because any one of those guys can score on the ball on you. And that's why we have a team now. I call it a team of runs, and I call it a team that could light you up at any given moment. One player could shoot your lights out. So it's like from the team standpoint, how do you defend the Knicks? How do you really defend the Knicks? Orlando figured it out, but you know, it's because we missed a lot of shots. But when the Knicks are making shots, I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad. I feel great because I'm a Knicks fan. But I feel like no one can stop us because the percentages, the point totals that we're going to score, not even 3-point, just the little bit of stuff. Like last night, they were taking the ball to the hole. This team takes the ball to the hole a lot. To me, you open up the court more because they know we're number 4 in offense right now. We should go to number 1 soon. We're number 1 in 3-point percentage field goals made right now. We should stay at number 1 all year round. And it's kudos to Tibbs. That's our offense. When we're really hitting, it's hard. But if we not hitting that much, it's going to be even harder for us to really score a lot. But I want to see the Knicks do a lot of taking it to the hole because it's almost like that play action playing football, right, Devon? They run the ball, they run the ball, they run the ball. Our play action is going to the hole a lot. And then guess what? Our antidote is hitting everybody with 3-pointers. So that's what I really want to see tomorrow is take everything to the hole for a while, focus on that, and then you lay out to the 3-pointers.
Yep, absolutely. I just want to throw that out there, man. We thinking like my brother. We had the other day, you know, I want to throw that out there. Right though, man, child, they on the way back they going back to the Chi-Town tomorrow. Tibbs Road, and they're gonna get it popping. Real quick, guys. This is how important that game is tomorrow. If we win that game, right, and it's early, we'd be 4-1. Check this out. Boston 3 losses, Brooklyn 3 losses, Toronto 3 losses, Philly 2 losses. That's how important every one of these games matter. We win tomorrow, we go up 2 games we 2 games ahead of them cats in the loss column. You know what I mean? And the way they playing, look at Brooklyn. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets lost tonight. You know what I mean, to Miami, and who that Boston Celtics lost to I was watching the game. They lost to, let me get it right, Washington, Bradley Beal and them. So we go in there and win tomorrow. You know what I mean? We 2 games up in the loss column. We four. Them games gonna matter down the line. You know what I mean? They're gonna matter down the line. We need to come out of this home stretch and knock these teams in the butt. Like we said, we can go 7-3, 8-2 in the next 10. Because I do think we beat Milwaukee at home. We might lose to them in Milwaukee, but I think when it comes to the Garden, I think we beat them at the Garden. I really do. You know what I mean? We should go. You're right, B. Sabala. We can go 4-0. We should be 4-0, and that's why I said, man, you got to play every game hard because you never know what happens in the social. Look at hey, not our fault. Kyrie Irving ain't there. It's not our fault that Boston do what they do. It's not our. Hey, right now, Chicago #1, Charlotte 4-1, we #3 at 3-1, Miami #4 at 3-1, the Wizards is #5 at 3-1, and Atlanta is #6 at 3-1. We need to win that game tomorrow, and we move to #1 in the Eastern Conference. And we said we want to be 3 or 4 anyway. You know what I mean? So that's why all these games are important. We got to take advantage of this here, man. Come out the gate like gangbusters. Get a good lead on these teams. So when we might hit a little mini slump in the second half of the season or the second quarter of the season, we might hit a little mini slump because everybody, it happens, but then at the last quarter of the season, bang, we get back on our horse and roll into the playoffs on a good streak and get ready to bang. So I think it's important that we win these games up front. So we got a big road test, 4 games in the next 5 going to be on the road. We're going down to New Orleans. We got to try to handle that. You know what I mean? And I think if we can come out of here with a good at least next 5 games, 4-1, 5-0. I mean, we really should be fighting for that. Hey, listen, guys, we won 9 games in a row last year, so it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Right. We won 9 games in a row last year, so it ain't like it ain't out of the realm of possibility. We just got to be on our A game. And I think after that game in Orlando, KJ, after that game we lost Orlando in the Garden, I just think that left a bad taste in their mouth. And I think they refuse to let that happen again. I don't think with this tutelage and this coaching staff, they allow that to happen again like that. I don't. I think that one time, you know what, you got in trouble, you got punished for it. You did something, your mom, your dad got on you, and after that, you're like, I ain't doing that no more. That's how I felt about that loss to Orlando. I just think that's one of the things they just got. They had to take that bad loss. You got in trouble and you got your butt kicked. Now you paid the price. Now you get back on your righteousness and get back on your winning ways and make it happen. For sure.
Right. I think those times, like we know the Knicks are going to lose another game or 2, right? But them times where we lose about 7, 8 in a row, and it could possibly happen. But I think with this team that we have right now, it's going to be hard for these guys to even take that. They're not even going to want that to happen. And this is what I mean about winning basketball when we gave the totals. We only won 4 games since the year 2004. We only been above 500 in 4 seasons since the year 2000. That's very sad. And obviously, we had games in between that, but 4 winning seasons since 2021 years, like something has to change. Like for all we know, man, we could have went to go get a bag and coach a team. All those podcasts could have been up there coaching team and got some money real quick to pay for our stuff. All these years, we good at analyzing teams and people. So it's like, man, like what happened to you guys for a franchise to do that in New York City? When you look at the numbers, that's very sad. And I just hope that this team stays together for right now. And then we're not even talking about trades right now, Divine, but we know when somebody else does come here, it's going to be for the betterment of the team. I just think that the Knicks just need to stay focused and have everybody when everybody. We get late in the season right now, and then everybody's not playing to their par. We might see a McBride or Grimes or Sims sightings more often because we need to give these guys some rest as we get going in the season. But right now, we're not going to see that because we need to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with Spreewell in this sense. I really do. If Atlanta got to where they got to last year with the team they had, and I believe with the team we got this year, I think we can pull off what Atlanta. I think we can pull off what Atlanta did. Because, like I said, you don't know how the NBA is going to turn out. You don't know what teams might do this, what might happen here, this might happen there. But if we keep playing the way we playing, and I think we get better every day, and when we improve our gameplay every day by the trading deadline, if we don't need to make a move, then we don't. But if we there and something that's there that won't disrupt the infrastructure for the next 10 years, won't decimate our cap or our draft pick. But if it's a move there that's gonna take us another game or two step without taking away from developing the young guys in the next coming years, you got to watch out for the Knicks because anything can happen. You know what I mean? Anything can happen, and it's not being overestimated. Just realism. All you just never know. You never know. You like I said, whoever thought the Kyrie Irving situation was gonna pop off? You know what I mean? Whoever thought the Ben Simmons thing was gonna pop off? So injuries happen, trades happen. We just got to keep playing good basketball and going to that All-Star break already close to our 40 wins.
Yeah.
They were not our 40 wins, what they predicted. If we get to the All-Star break, we around 30-something wins, and we doing what we doing, I think we got a good shot, man. And it's just the feeling I'm getting because of what I see around the NBA right now. Like I said, it's early. We get it. You know what I mean? And I know we're not going to go 82-0 because we already proved that already. We lost one. But I think on any given night, KJ, that the Knicks really got a good chance of going out there against anybody because of that 3-point shooting and the better talent we have now. When I mean 3-point shooting, I'm not talking about bombs away every night, but we shooting good from three. That's what I'm trying to say. Our 3-ball game is better than it was last year. Way better. So we shot for almost 40% last year. You know what I mean? Yo, Allah wise, peace to the God, peace, Allah wise, salute. Yeah. So if we could maintain that 3-point good average, like I said, we got to take a lot of them, but just make sure we maintain the average and do like you said, keep driving that ball down that lane, kicking it out or whatever, or alley oop with the Mitch, and Noel coming hitting that little baseline jumper, and Obi doing what he doing on a consistent basis. If we stay consistent, I think the Knicks can damn near get there.
Right. And it also, Devon, it's about the others. It's the others making people better. If those others are scoring double figures every night, how can you stop this team? Because now with the others scoring, Julius can rest, Randle can rest, Kimber can rest, and you got Fournier. You got all these guys rested if the others are stepping up. And that's why if we're up by like last night, we were up by so much, but you see in the fourth quarter, Philly started making a little run. We don't want that. We do not want that. We want to keep the same pressure on these guys. And when we start seeing that, and we know it's the beginning of the year, but I really want to keep the gas on them, press them, put the pressure on them. Don't let down your guard. We've seen that so many times in this league where teams, they go on a run and they come back, and we don't want that to happen or work backwards. We can't have that happen. And I think with these guys, like when McBride and Grimes, once they really get a couple more practices in and they keep it going, we're going to see these guys in. And then we're going to see these guys defense and get in and do some more different things that we haven't seen before. And when that happens, New York Knicks Nation, Knicks Real Talk, we're in for a world of great things that happen for the New York Knicks, because now we have a system. We already have the Westchester Knicks. But these three new guys that we have in Grimes, Sims, and McBride are learning from D. Rose, Kemba Walker, Fournier, Randle, Barrett. So they have a system within the system already. So in the next 2-3 years, McBride, Grimes, and Sims, these guys' level is going to go from here to here. And that's what I like to see, because I keep saying this. We need to see what McBride can do at the point guard slot. Just because in case Kimber goes down or D Rose goes down, who is our other point guard facilitator? You only got Alec Burke, you got Randle, and you got Fournier. But I'm talking about a true point guard.
You got Quickly well.
Right. We Quickly is more of a combo two that can shoot, streaky shooter, a J.R. Smith, John Stark site player. But if he get going, you better watch out. But I'm talking about a true point guard. We don't have that third point guard that we say, can come off the bench. If D Rose and Kemba both went down.
Yeah, you have to play him by committee. I think why that's important, but to a degree, who lead our team in assists?
Say that again, Davey.
Who lead the Knicks in assists?
Who leads the Knicks in assists? I want to say Fournier.
Julius Randle.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Julius Randle averages 6 points assists a game. See, and I guess what I'm trying to say is that everything is not totally predicated on, to me, having that type of point guard as much in this modern NBA. Because now we're in a league with a lot of shoot first point guards. A lot of these point guards, they important as they are. I think if we miss one of them, I think McBride will be able to, with that deep team we got around him, I think we'd be all right. I really do. You know what I mean? I think we'd be all right. But and I think they learn it now. They just learn it on the bench. Like I said earlier, they get their turn, man. Them cats practicing every time the Knicks practice, they in practice. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it interesting to me, because you think about this here. Let's say the Knicks don't do nothing for the next 2 years. Kemba contract is up. Derrick Rose contract is up. By then, Grimes and McBride, if they don't get traded or anything like that happens because we're trying to do something. Let's say them cats be here in the next couple of years. They could be the future. They could be the future point guard and shooting guard for this, or they could not be. It could be somebody else coming here and might be better. You know what I mean? So, but it's a good situation to have them guys in there. So just to answer your question, I do think if one of them cats go down, I think he could do it. And we got to remember, Quickly came into Kentucky as a point guard. People forget his whole career was a point guard. He turned into Kentucky last year because of Maxey and what they had. John Calipari said, well, I'm just going to throw you at the two. Because they had Maxey and Mamandum and them running that point guard. But Quickly came out of high school as a point guard. That's why some of the leagues, you see, he might, in the NBA, he might not get that repetition. But I think he can handle it just as good as anybody. I think he know how to pass the ball. I think he know how to play basketball. Put it like that. He know how to play basketball. And
right.
And we do got to take into consideration, because sometimes we don't realize that these cats, it's positionless basketball, and the way the NBA is going right now, you don't find too many guys like LaMelo Ball and Lonzo Ball and guys like that. There's very few of them in there. I mean, they out there. Like, Dame Lillard scoring point guard who could pass. A lot of them scoring point guards who could pass now. Instead of, but I do think I agree with you on that point. If one of them guys go down, we got to hope that he be ready to play. So I do agree with that. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be important.
And the reason I say that is because I'm not even thinking about regular season. I'm thinking about playoff basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody throws down. We need a true point guard out there to mitigate, to know what guys are set up at. We need a true point guard. And we've seen what happened to D Rose last year. We had Alfred Payton out there that was just he was out there lost. D Rose was our player. If the Knicks would have went up, if they won that, he would have been the MVP of that series, because Randle just was off. So, and to me, what happened with Randle is because we didn't have a true point guard, and D Rose was just too hurt. If Kemba stays healthy going into the playoffs, we got any chance to win any series because we have a healthy point guard and a true point guard that has been in these games before and knows exactly where to put your man at. You can't double Randle. You see what's going to happen. They could double him, but if you double him, you have to go and pass to Fournier, to Kemba, Barrett, or whoever else is out there at the same time. So my whole thing is we need to make sure Kemba and Rose is definitely healthy going into the playoffs. And that's why I think as the season goes forward, we really need to experience McBride at point guard to see exactly what he can do. Maybe within 25, 30 games, we should start seeing McBride out there at the guard coming at some point in time, because we need to see what he can do as a point guard just for that scenario. because we just never know. I mean, do we think that Kemba and Rose can hold up all 82?
Yeah, I don't think the Knicks concerned about that. And I don't hear another deal. I don't think the Knicks concerned with that. If McBride and them, even if you play them, they could be ready. They could not be ready. So far, McBride haven't showed me nothing yet compared to what Grimes is doing. Now, much as we want to see him, we got to see if he's ready. See, he looked ready in summer league. You know what I mean? This is what I mean by this here. No pun intended to none of them. I'm not saying they are not no good NBA ball players. They are playing on another level, and I think they will be good going down the line. I think McBride gonna be special. I think he should be the starting point guard for the next years down the road. But right now, he got to pay his dues. But I do think this here, because of the way the Knicks is built. Let's say the trading deadline come up or the buyout market. See, it's a lot of things you could do. Even if Derrick Rose go down or one of them, it might be somebody on the market who they can go trade for. You know what I mean? Just because I think we got to remember this here. The Knicks is trying to go for that second, third seed. They are not playing around in New York City with no development right now. I'm talking about what I mean by developing, to put a person there to let them learn on the fly. No, you know what? That hurts the team. See, and I think that's what's important. That's why Tibbs don't do that. Let's say you throw McBride out there. You don't throw him out there to develop. You develop in practice, because it's not fair for Julius Randle and all them guys to have to hope that this cat pop, because that hurts the team, because that position comes weak. So I do think they will get their burn when we blow people out. That's when they're supposed to get it. They got to pay their due, because it's real important. Where if you ain't got the mentality to go in the playoffs against them cats, it's a different monster in there, man. You know, and that's why you never see young teams make it to the finals. You name me a team that was real young went to the finals, or it's experience that gets you through the tough times. Experience is the best teacher. So that's the reason why I think they'll get their turn. They will, guys. Tibbs even said out his mouth. He said them guys will get their turn. Tibbs know that how important them kids is to them, to that team. But right now, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I would say we could use them. Say the playoffs does happen. Say the playoffs was tomorrow, right? And we're playing. Just say we play in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We know McBride's strongest point right now is his defense. Grimes is a shooter, but Grimes can also play defense. I would throw, not to start, but I would throw McBride out there because you allow 5 fouls, just to nick Trae Young up, pick him up full court, and you put pressure on this guy to break his momentum to get in his half-court set. As you see Trae Young in a half-court set, we seen a little bit tonight. He's still floating, and him and Capella is going to run at the same time to the rim. He's going to throw it up, or he's going to pass it out to the wing. You put Deuce McBride on Trae Young full court, you're going to tire the man out, because the man is hungry and he's ready to go. So I just see we're going to see. It's a wait and see thing with him. But I really want to see him. I honestly want to see him badly with this Knicks team.
Yeah, me too. I want to see all three of them. I want to see all of them, but I just know the circumstance that we in. You're not going to see a lot of that this year. Don't even. I'm telling Knicks fans right now, don't even think about it. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see it, because they got to pay their dues. And here's another thing: you don't want him to come in there just fouling anybody, because now you're sending somebody to the free throw line. You can give him a foul when he needed to give him one, but we don't want him just to come in there just to give him my man 5 fouls. 5 fouls can turn into 10 points. You know what I mean? We don't want them to go in there. That's why I think it's got to be a little bit more. He just got to come in there and get his chance. When them cats go down, he'll be ready. Just like Emmanuel quickly was last year. They threw him in there. I think they would have threw Grimes. If they said we didn't have Alex Burks or somebody like that, I think Grimes and McBride might get some burn. I just think that we too deep for him right now. I just wish they got drafted 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. You know, when we drafted Knox them, because we wasn't in the situation we in now, and I think they would have got a lot of burn 2 or 3 years ago. But they got drafted at the right team at the wrong time. But we going for the gusto, brother.
Yeah,
Knicks trying to get it. They trying to go get it. And you look at Milwaukee. Look at them teams who was in the playoffs last year. Did you see any rookies on them teams playing? I didn't. You know. You didn't see they rookie playing on the Lakers in them crunch time games. I mean, good as they are, sometimes your mental might not be ready for all that. Your physical might be, but your mental might not be ready for them pressure situations. And we don't know if them guys ever been in a pressure situation like that in their lives. So we have to wait and see how that goes. But you know what? It's a good problem to have, though. I think they're gonna be ready. I think when Tibbs call a number, KJ, I think they'll be ready. I'll put it like that.
Oh yeah.
I think they'll be ready. That's what I'm not worried about.
Look what they learning again. Look who they learn against every day in practice. They see the games.
Mm-hmm.
They see the headlines. They see these podcasts. These guys want to get ahead. I want to loop to something that LaTrust is the American Dreams. Rumors are Heat, Knicks, Clippers are interested in picking up John Wall for free as a buyer. What do you think about that?
John Wall, the real deal. He here, there's a good thing about that. That's an expiring contract. That $41 million coming off the books. So you ask me, the Nerlens Noel and Nerlens Noel and Alex Burks and Kevin Knox, and hell yeah, I'd bring John Wall up in this moment.
It goes to the point where saying you add John Wall, another point guard, battle-tested point guard for the team. I will sign up for that all day. Bring him.
Long. What? John Wall, Kevin Walker, and Derrick Rose.
I will sign up for that in a heartbeat. Expiring contract, I would. That's a no-brainer right there. And I think he wants to come to New York. What, like, can you, John Wall? I think you even said or the Jeff Teague too. I think is out there still.
Mm-hmm.
Devon, Jeff Teague or something out there too. So
yeah. You see, that's that brings you back to a good point though. That's why I say even if the Kemba Walker one of them cats go down, it's stuff out there like that. You know what I mean? It's cats on the buyout market. It's cats in free agency. You got cats who you got guys out there probably who haven't been signed. Like you said, Jeff Teague. We got cats who can come in here with experience. You know what I mean? That been experienced in the playoffs. You know, it could be McBride got a whole season next year to try to beat these boys out. It's all good. He got 4 years with the Knicks. Knicks got that boy for 4 years. He ain't going nowhere. So yeah, but a good one's, hey man, if you could get John Wall in a buyout, just to put that on this team, and it's a good thing about that is he not coming to a messed up culture. It ain't like he gonna come. He know he ain't coming here trying to be the man. He know he coming to be a piece of something, a part of something.
We don't need him to shoot. All we need him to do is just pass the ball and run, right, and get to the hole. He can't really shoot like that. You know, if him and Alpha Payton was in a 3-point contest, who you got, Devon?
John Wall. John Wall got a little better than Alpha Payton over the years. John Wall did work on his game, that 3-point shot, a little bit better in the last couple of years. You know, being that he was injured, I seen him shoot, but he was league average, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I had to go over Alpha Payton. Come on now.
No, I'm saying 3-pointers.
That's what I'm saying. I got to go with John Wall.
It's crazy. You know the thing about Alpha Payton? I know he not here no more, but when that man played with Orlando, that man he could shoot. He could shoot when he played with Orlando. I know I'm not bugging out. My man was making 3-pointers in Orlando when he played for Orlando, man. I got to look at the tape again, but I remember when Peyton played against the Knicks in Atlanta, he always lit us up. Mm-hmm. Just like a Fournier and everybody else who lit the Knicks up when they played with somebody else. But that was here nor there. Mm-hmm. I'm happy with the team they got now. And they've
you too.
Yeah. Man, child, right. Imagine Wall and Obi running for the floor. Yeah, that's amazing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm glad he brought that up. It's opportunities gonna be out there like that. Knicks ain't gotta resign these dudes. They ain't gotta do none of that. You bring them cats in just in case somebody go down, like you said. You don't lose too much, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But I think that's what's gonna be interesting going down. The further we get, and we'll see by the trading deadline. And where we at, and that's what the Knicks gonna do. I think they're gonna see where they at, and if they say we good to go with what we got, then they keep the train rolling. But if there's a passenger who can come aboard that train, brother, that's gonna help us, and it ain't gonna cost us nothing. No chemistry issues, no cap issues, no draft pick issues, no infrastructure issues. You damn right, you better get, if that person gonna help us get over the hump, you take them. You can't underestimate talent. You know what I mean? Talent is talent. You know what I mean? And yeah. So if we got to watch out for that. But let's get there first. We know it's early in the season. I know we just piggybacking off of ideas and the thoughts and stuff like that. But it's gonna be a fun game. But let's talk about tomorrow night. Rikers RJ got to go in there and slow Levine down. Just slow him down. Slow him down. You ain't gonna be able to stop that man because he can get it with the best of them. We need to slow them down. We need Evan Fournier go mano a mano against DeRozan. I think they can. I think the two watch each other out tomorrow night. DeRozan can get 20. Evan can get 20. You know what I mean? I think Kemba Walker, if he have a game like last night, and then we walk out of that joint with, like I said, I don't think Lonzo Ball can score like him at that level. You know what I mean? Lonzo Ball is good, great facility, shooting the 3-point ball very well this year. He really knocking it down. Lonzo Ball is knocking down that 3 this year for sure, but he's not a scorer like Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? Good defender, good passer. But like I said, Julius Randle got more assists per game this year than he do. He got 5 assists per game so far this year. Lonzo Ball, Julius Randle got 6.5. You know what I mean? So and once Kemba get in that groove, if we knocking down shots tomorrow, the game over. I can tell you that right now. If we knocking down shots tomorrow, we walk out of Chicago with a W. Real talk. You know what I mean? So and I'm gonna be looking for that tomorrow, KJ. That's gonna be big for us tomorrow, man. Just get that defense in place and knock down some shots. And I think we got a good shot to rolling up out of here easy.
Who has more pressure to win tomorrow, Chicago or New York?
I would say Chicago being in their home stadium. They probably feeling the pressure. Everybody talking about they haven't beat nobody. You know what I mean? You know, so they probably feeling that pressure. Like, man, we got to prove to our fan that we ain't no fluke, or we the game that we won, that we could beat anybody. Yeah, I agree with you. It got to be Chicago tomorrow.
Right.
They take out the pressure. The people probably got the Knicks losing anyway.
Yeah, so the NBA has us losing 98-94 tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The Chicago got the odds to win that game, but it could change as injuries occur and who's playing, who's not playing. But you know what? I like it. And that has to motivate the players like Randle. These guys are watching these headlines, these predictions, and it's national televised game tomorrow. They have a lot to prove, and I just think the Knicks come out striking, just like they did against Philly. They're gonna come out, they're gonna put that pressure on you, and go to work because they know what's on the line here, just like Chicago does too. But the Knicks have a lot of points to prove. They got to prove. They're proving to the league. They're proving to their peers. They're proving to the people that want to come here and the people that want to come here to play with them that if you're going to come here, this is how we're going to play. And if you're not going to play like this, we don't want you on this team. Where I'd rather go to war with the players that we got than to bring somebody else in that's not going to abide by. Basically, we have a law library when you come to New York. You're going to play hard. You're going to be in shape. Play hard, be in shape, and we're going to beat you down mentally. That's how we beat teams. We play hard, and we get you in shape. You don't have to be the most talented, but if you play hard enough, guess what you're going to do? You're going to outwork the next man, and we outwork people every single day out there.
That's facts. That's real facts there. Yeah, the harder you work, the more tough you get. And I think we go hard. The New York City Gritty Committee go hard. We can't take that away from them. That they go hard. So it's gonna be fun tomorrow, guys. What y'all guys think, man? Y'all holler at me, man. What y'all think about the Knicks tomorrow, man? We already kind of went over some scores and everything. What's your gut feeling? Just put that W, that L up there. I think we gonna W. We go 4-1, and we on to New Orleans. That's what I got. That's my gut feel tomorrow. We win, get ready, go to New Orleans and try to get with Brandon Ingram and Valanciunas and all them guys and Devontae Graham and all them cats tomorrow. So we're gonna go down there and see how it go, man. And I think we could pull that off.
Absolutely, Divine. I think it's a win tomorrow. Not saying not an easy win. Still an NBA team out there, and these guys are 4-0, so we got to respect that. But I think the Knicks are just so hungry, and they know that they're 4-0, and they're like, you know what? We got something to prove, just like we had something to prove against Boston and Philly and even Orlando. They still soaking their wounds from an Orlando loss. And you know what happens when you pick on somebody and you get punched in the face, get out their way. And Chicago they might as well move to the side, get out the way. Jordan not coming in there. He not coming. You can't take the statue off Chicago Bulls Arena and bring him back to the stadium. So I see the NBA trying to hype that game back up like it's one of them 90s Chicago versus New York Knicks games because of the records right now. They're trying to hype it up, but it's not the same feeling. But you know what? They're 4-0. So
it's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a big game. for sure.
Yeah, we got to go in there tomorrow and get them their first loss of the year.
Yep.
National televised game. We got to do that tomorrow. Support.
I hope we do. I hope we do what Ted's been doing so far. And he, Ted been preaching this since he's been coaching. This is his style. Take out their best player. We did it. We did it over the night with Tatum. I could say that's hard to say the best player because I think Brown just as good as he is. To be honest with you, to me. But let's say that's their best player. We took him out. We took out Joel Embiid. Yeah, I got to go in there tomorrow and make Zach LaVine work for everything he got tomorrow. Take out their best player. Punch him in the stomach, the head of fold. You know what I mean? You hit him with the body shot, the head of fold, as Soul Finger would say. You know what I mean? We got to go in there tomorrow, make it hard on LaVine. Right? All RJ got to do is slow that man down. You won't be able to stop him because he's prolific. But if we slow him down, and I think KJ, I think Julius Randle going to make it hard on Vucevic tomorrow. I really do. I think Vucevic is nice. But one thing I like about Mitchell Robinson that a lot of centers don't do, Mitchell Robinson can go out to that 3-point line where he at. You know what I mean? Mitch covered ground like that. So Vucevic is a good 3-point shooter. But all Mitch got to do is run out there. You ain't got to block the shot. Just throw your hands up. Just alter the shot some way. Don't let him freely shoot it. But I think Mitch would he would neutralize him tomorrow. And if we can make RJ kind of just not make him, but if RJ could slow down LaVine, let's say if he shoots his average or less. If Rikers RJ bring his defense game to the forefront tomorrow, and Fournier make it hard on, we didn't worry about DeRozan forward from the 3-point line, but DeRozan can get buckets inside that mid range. So if I think we bring our A game, we can make this happen, no question. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow.
You know what is, Devon? Our front line doesn't get enough credit for their defense of prowess. Between Barrett, Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, Randle is the oddball on defense because they say that he can't play defense. But for the past 4 games, I done seen Randle put his hands up, get a couple blocks, put his hands out, moving his feet on defense. That's a tough front line with Mitch and Randle in there.
Yep, absolutely.
And people don't understand. Look, Julius is very strong, man. And he's not weak. He's strong down there. As you see, when he's on offense, that man can score. But for that man to go back and forth, offense and defense, just like Mitch does, that just goes to show you how much shape they're in. And that's why I'm gonna keep saying they are mentally going to beat you down, and they are in shape. And that's all you need, because that team and many teams are not going to be able to keep up with the Knicks on a night-to-night basis because they are just so strong and tough out there.
Yeah, facts, Queen. Real talk. Randle is a good on-ball defender. That's why early in the year, I had that one cat called the Brolick Boys. All 3 of them boys is built. They all look. Mitchell Robinson them beefed up, RJ them beefed up, Randle stayed beefed up. You know what I mean? And you just don't walk in there like that against them cats, man. So I do think they just got to use that physicality. And Vucevic gets nothing in the paint. I'm letting y'all know right now. He might have to shoot that jump shot all night, but he gets nothing down low. With Mitchell Robinson in the paint, the Knicks defense interior is 38%. They're holding the lead at 38% a game when Mitch is inside that paint. You notice every time they take that boy out the game, what happens? People make a run. Every time they take Mitchell Robinson out the game, look at every game he done played this year. They make a run. You know what I mean? So for holding the team to 38% with Mitch down in that paint, they just got to master that perimeter defense. Once the Knicks perimeter defense get back on par, I think they move up to top 5 in the league already. To me, I think Mitchell Robinson changes the game. I do. Like last year showed, we was top 4 in the league with him not missing 40 games last year. Now this cat came back and double machine waiting to happen every night now. 1, 2, 3 blocks. Haven't even got his stamina back yet. So I just think that we got a good thing going on. We got to stick to our to what we do best, man. We play defense in New York. That's our staple. That's what we built up. So when our shots ain't falling, we still got a chance to win the game. Prime example, that game against Orlando. Who cared that we missed them 3-pointers? That ain't why we lost the game. We lost the game because we gave up a 13-point run, a 13-point lead. We lost the game because we gave up 11-point lead in the third or fourth quarter. If our defense would have played part of the course, we might could have overcame all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I think with our defense, we gonna go up against a lot of teams, and we're gonna be able to beat a lot of teams just by that alone. And if we on fire offensively, then they become blowouts. That's how I look at it. So hopefully that's what happened tomorrow night, man. But Knicks fans, we got to go get this thing tomorrow, man. This is an important game for us. We're gonna be glued in, and we're gonna get it popping, man. And to the chat, man, salute to all y'all, man. You know how I do, man. Queens Court, man, child, everybody, man. We gonna get up here for the night. I know y'all got a lot of great content. We can stay here all night. Y'all know me. But, we calls, man. I love being able to talk Knicks with you guys, man. I know we can only get spill out so much information. You know what I mean? D. Ross, my brother. Salute to you, man. Thank you for coming in, man. Better late than never. Soul Fingers, I salute to you, my brother. I wish I could have stayed on a little longer, but you know how it is. We grinding all day. But man, KJ, talk to me, my brother. What you think? Give me your last thoughts and ideas, brother.
Listen, Nick Nation, I thank you guys for tuning in late. It's late night. We on that grind. I know many of us, we working out there, we grinding, we on these platforms. So, of course, I appreciate you all listening to our takes when you could have been anywhere else, but you chose us. So we appreciate that. Please like and subscribe to Knicks Real Talk, KJW Events. We're bringing you more and more content. Yes, we'll be going out to more games. We're starting a new segment, Devon. It's okay if I shout it out right now?
Yeah, brother.
It's so many podcasting going on. And one thing we like to bring to Knicks Real Talk is we're going to salute all our podcasters out there, even starting tonight. So, first and foremost, starting with our brother, and Devon, I'm going to save something for you too. So if I don't name everybody right now, that's because I'm splitting it up with my brother, Devon. So I want to salute out to my brother, CT, from The Streets is Buzzing. Salute to you. I want to salute out to Blorence Tears with Uncle Freezy. And also my third and final one, I'm going to let you finish up. I want to salute out to the sister Stephanie from the Queen's Court. Salute to you. You guys are motivating everyone that I named. You're motivating us to do better. And hopefully one day we can all come together as one, like Megatron, and create this real big platform to finally put us in the NBA, put us at Madison Square Garden, where we're all down there. It's money, it's things out there for everybody, and we all can come to the table and do our thing out there, wishing our biggest team on. And that's what I really want to see in this podcasting world, is for everybody to come together and we get out there and represent what we do. So salute to you all. Knicks Real Talk salute. We're going to keep bringing you content all day, all night long, every day.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. For me, man, I can go down the list I got a ton of them. But let me first and foremost start shouting out my man BX Sports Jedi, the BX Sports Jedi Net with my brother BX down there holding it down. Real talk. Man, we got the whole bang up here. We got the whole MBK conglomerate. Die Hard, Legion, Knicks and Bruisers, the Controversy, the Paul Father, everybody, man, still Knick fan, my man Ron, For the Love of the Game, Worldwide Lawrence, man, we got Project Nerd, all them cats, man, we got Knick Fan TV, we got everybody, but I forgot y'all because there's a lot of y'all, but guess what, though? This is where it's at right here, man. The streaming world, for content creators, there's none better than the New York Knicks streaming community out here. We got some of the wisest minds in the business all up and down this piece. So you ain't got to go to ESPN. You ain't got to go to NBA TV. You can get it right here. Real talk. You can get it right here. the real talk. If you want to go, you can get it on the Queen's Court. You can get it all over the place, man. The streets is always buzzing. They always buzzing. You know what I mean? And we got somebody who can play Jedi mind tricks. We got somebody who can bring you tears, blue or orange. You know what I mean? We do it for the love of the game. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So to the Knicks streaming world, salute to all you guys, man. And let's keep it popping. You know what I mean? But listen, we're going to get out of here. Let me go through this thing. We got D. Ross. We got my man G Money just popped in. Robert Paul, who on par. Salute, Robert. The streets are buzzing. Man, child, Streetwell, the American Dream, Soulfinger, my brother. You already know that, man. Everybody, man. KJ here with me. Nick P. Peace. Man, we got the fire up here, man. These cats keep it moving up here, man. Nick P, like I said, Third Eye Open. Thanks for coming in, Third Eye, man. Make sure you continue to come in with your wide twix, man. We appreciate you tonight, man. Make sure you like and subscribe and come be a part of this family down here. A piece of the God, a lot wide, a lot. My A like right there. Everybody, man. Big Taz at hand. Salute to Big Taz at hand for popping up in the chat tonight. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Big Taz, we in here all day, every day. Be civilized, my brother. Peace. You already know how we do. It's in here, man. We in here, man. Elton Lee, salute, peace. I ain't leaving out nobody, and that's real talk. We're gonna keep it moving. And listen, man, Will, and all the guys who might then make a nice shout powers, my brother, salute. And like I said, man, we in here, we heavy deep tonight, man. I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Y'all be safe. Let's get that game tomorrow. Y'all already know it's gonna be on fire tomorrow night, man. And then we gonna get it popping. On that note, I see you cats on the next one. CT probably look out for CT tomorrow. CT probably pop on pregame and go up and down the whole stream, all the content creator list, man. Everybody gonna be getting it in. We all here, man. You can get it everywhere. And that's a beautiful thing, man. This is the number one fan base in the world. New York Knicks, orange and blue. You know what I mean? You know how we do. So peace to everybody. Have a good night. Have a great day, man. Enjoy that game tomorrow, man. Let's go Knicks, man. Let's get this thing popping. 4-1. Here we come. Salute. We ain't taking no bulls tomorrow. You already know what I'm saying. So salute everybody, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace. It's the night show in the Amazon with Prime, delivering new content and packages. It's the miraculous. Knicks real talk. We in the building, willing and dealing, killing the game like Clyde Styles and Reba feeling. New notes, game stats, and game recaps. And we tap and trade chat. Baby cats who came back at 4 with the rack attacking at the step back. Put that in front of the strictly from quickly. Let's go to fold, make a little empty. 50 piece by you with the beast, RJ with a double. The 6 shot, hop the top of trouble. This is not the bubble. We the brothers, so let's get it. The best get energy, Knicks fans, and live. We hit up the post game. We host this thing coast to coast, and most of the name. It's a night show. Knicks real talk. It's a night show. We on that prime time grind. It's a night show. Knicks real talk. It's a night show. We on that prime time grind. Knicks real talk. Knicks real talk. Knicks real talk. Yo, salute everybody. Peace.